Hey everybody, Swab here. We're just going to play through another game of The Phantom the card game. This is designed by Mikael Lyck. This tabletop simulator mod was created by HagarLucky. The last video I did, I played the game through on normal as a solo player playing as a Phantom. This time we do the same thing, same scenario that you've already seen. That's the one that's available on TTS. However, we're going to try playing it on heroic mode. Now, last time we played through, we managed to get through a couple of the achievements. And achievements are a way for you to you complete certain tasks throughout the game, and it unlocks new cards to add into your deck that stay there forever. So last time we managed to place 2 enemies on the resolved pile on the same turn, which was great. We also managed to have Devil in play as an ally when we won, and we also had 3 allies in play at once. We're going to see if we can unlock 1 or 2 more of these. Potentially try to get a weapon out and use it twice in the same turn. Hopefully we can save the village and Wolves Attack the Wombesi village, which is something that we couldn't do in the normal version or in the normal difficulty level because it's not available to you. It's unlocked only when you're playing on heroic or mythic. So maybe we could pull off one of those, getting 6 or more wound tokens in the same turn, which would also be something that would be nice to look forward to. I'm going to go through the game a little more quickly than last time, so I'm not going to be explaining too much. Just know that we have the new cards added into our player deck. We are going to still start with Thunder in play, just as the first lore card tells us to set up. So the first lore card kind of sets the scene for the game. And we're going to try to, then after you read the lore card, we're going to try to get through the mission card. And once we do that, we're going to move on to the next lore card, and we're going to work our way through, hopefully completing this entire mission. So the first lore card, in case you haven't read this before, it says, you decide to make a journey to explore the deep woods and the wilderness surrounding it. Saddling the 20th Phantom horse, Thunder, you ride away from the Skull Cave. Sometime later, on a windy day, you reach the desert at the foot of the Mist Mountains. Here, the trouble starts. A pack of wolves led by Satan is homing in on you. And I've already done the setup for this. Now, in normal mode, we'd read that and we would start having to face off against some wolves before the story continues. However, in heroic or mythic mode, part 1, it's not going to have us do any combat with those wolves. We're going to jump straight to part 2. So I'm going to get part 2 set up for us right here. Here is the lore card for part 2. And we've had Colonel Bagshot. So after Colonel Bagshot kills Devil's mother, the maid of Satan, he steals 2 wolf pups with the intent to train them as hunting dogs. You see Devil lying beside his dead mother, knowing he won't survive without your help, and decide to adopt and train him. So again, in the normal difficulty, which you probably would have played first, you would have got the story where you are attacked by wolves. Colonel Bagshot kind of rides to our rescue, maybe. Maybe he's out there for his own personal gain. He gets rid of the wolves, and he actually steals these, as you find out, to train 2 pups as hunting dogs. So we've had that, and in fact, we're probably going to see Colonel Bagshot here in this Destiny deck because it's still going to come out, unlike before. So it's going to add some new Destiny cards to the deck, and this Destiny deck, let's shuffle it up, is going to come out every turn, and it's kind of adding some challenges for us every step of the way. Now, we've added the Destiny deck cards. We're going to add a Little Devil to the Destiny row. So here's Little Devil. This is on the Mythic side. That's normal and easy. We'll get rid of that. Here's the Heroic side of Little Devil. So our goal now is to train Little Devil. And you can see it says when we exhaust an ally, we're going to put a training token on this card. And Devil is trained when there are 3 or more training tokens on him. So our mission for the game right now is going to be getting those 3 training tokens on Little Devil to train him so that he can become one of our teammates, our loyal companion. And the last thing it tells us to do is to take out the story cards. So this is the easy normal one we'll get rid of. And here is the story card for part 2. The story of Devil part 2 on heroic. So any wolves that come into play, they all have +1. And then anytime a Destiny card says play a Destiny card, instead of doing that, we're going to place a wolf in the Destiny row. And our goal, as I said, is to get Devil trained as quick as possible so that we can move on to part 3 of this mission. So, we've got everything set up. And we've basically gone through. There's the phases in the bottom left or bottom right of the sheet. You can see we've done the phases. You skip the recovery phase for the first turn because there's nothing to heal already. The destiny phase, we need to now play a destiny card. So we'll pull the top one off here, and it's not a great one to start. It's not a bad one to start. It's going to give us some pressure off this card. This is Calm in the Jungle. Place any weather cards to the left of this on the resolved pile, then put this in the resolved pile. Weather cards often are bad. They have some negative effects to us, like drawing less cards, and this is a great event card to kind of clear them all away. However, there's nothing to clear away, so it's kind of a waste. On the flip side, nothing to fight either. So that's going to give us some free extra breathing room to hopefully train Little Devil. So after we go our Destiny phase, we're going to do our Preparation phase where we draw cards equal to our hand limit. Our hand limit is 3 cards. All right, we've drawn 3 cards. We've got a Campfire, which lets us, we trash it to ready a card. Interesting. We have an Helpful Ally, really helps during combat. And another Campfire card. In the top left, we have what it costs to play the card. In the top right, we have the resource we'll get when we discard. The game is all about discarding cards to get resources, and then spending those resources to get new resources or new cards into your tableau to help you kind of meet all the objectives of the story. I really find it enjoyable. I love that there's only 3 cards. It just makes it kind of a small decision space where your choices are very meaningful, but you're not overwhelmed with choice either. Well, I'm going to discard the first Campfire because we do need that, and I'm going to grab a stealth token. Perfect. Now, one of our big things is trying to get Little Devil trained, and we do that by tapping or exhausting an ally. We have Thunder as an ally right now. You can see it's an ally as it's a horse as an ally. I think I'm going to get it tapped right away. So I'll tap that, and we're going to not tap it for its ability, which means draw a card. We're actually going to tap it so that we can train Little Devil. So I don't know, maybe somehow the horse is helping us out training Little Devil. Not sure how, but you can invent some kind of story or flavor text for that if you want. Now, I have this one resource token, which means I could actually play Campfire. Campfire, the cost is a diamond, and a diamond is a wild. Basically, any resource you want to spend, you can spend it, and you can play the card. So I'm going to spend the stealth token and play Campfire, and I think I'm going to trash it right away. And trashing it means I can ready a card. So I'm going to ready Thunder the horse, simply so I can exhaust him again, and we're going to do that same magical story element of how Thunder is helping us train Devil. And now we got 2 out of our 3 needed tokens. The Bandar Warrior, in order to play him, we're going to get 3 tokens. And the Easy Mark is a slightly harder resource for us to get. Definitely the easiest is the Stealth token, that phantom symbol. And the Skull is the hardest resource of all to get. I think it's best for us just to discard this right now, so we're going to get rid of that, just to gain that phantom resource. I don't think we're going to be getting enough resources to play that right away. I think I got other things I'd rather do with it. Oh, right. So we're out of cards in our hand. All of our cards are tapped that we have access to. So now we're going to go, we finished the adventure phase where we've done our playing of cards, discarding cards, activating cards. There's no combat to initiate, there's no enemies currently in the Destiny row to fight. So we're going to go on to the Fate phase. If there were enemies in the Destiny row, then my goal would be to kill them before we get to this stage. Because right now, if they're still here, they would do damage by us drawing a card out of the injury deck. And none of them are good, obviously, they're all injuries. Last thing, cleanup phase, discard any cards that we have in hand. That rule's been modified since they made this mod, because this game is a prototype, I should mention. It's currently being crowdfunded. Now the cleanup phase is you can discard any number of cards respecting the hand limit. So if I had any cards, I could discard them. I would always discard them during the adventure phase to earn the resources, but we could do that. So the top of the next round is recovery phase, which means you can heal or ready your cards. We don't have any wounds, nothing to heal. We did, however, need to get Thunder flipped back up, so I've done that. And now we're on to the Destiny phase. Let's see if we're so lucky get another Calm in the Jungle, something easy. Not super easy. It's an attack. Play a Destiny card, but as you can remember from our mission, if the Destiny card says play a Destiny card, instead play a wolf. So this card goes into a resolve pile because that is the second sentence in this card, second thing that you do in order. So, and we are playing a card, and it is attacking us on its heroic side. So it has 1 health automatically, +1 for each card with the wolf subtype in play. And that includes this card, as far as my knowledge goes. So that has 2 health, plus an extra health from the mission card. So this wolf has 3 health. That might be difficult for us to get cleared up this round. Alright, so we've completed the Destiny phase. Let's move on to the preparation phase where we draw our 3 cards. Okay, one of my favorite cards has just come out, Message from the Jungle Drums. This card lets us get a resource of any type that we want, and to look at any card coming up in any of the decks. So it could be our hand here, or our draw pile, our damage pile, or even the Destiny deck itself. Lots of choices. Bandar Medicine is a new card that we managed to get through one of the achievements, and this removes all the injuries from a player. And if we were having a 2-player game right now, we can even revive a fallen player. This is an excellent card. I definitely can't see myself trashing it this or discarding it this turn. It's a great one to have. So we'll see if we can maybe play that. We want to play everything. This would be a handy card too. So I'm definitely going to discard Sprint right off the bat to get that second stealth token. And now we have to make a tricky decision. We could tap Thunder in order to train Little Devil. And that would be the 3rd token we need. We would move the story ahead. But at the same time, if we do not manage to get rid of this wolf, we will be taking a wound at the end of the turn. Initiate a combat with the wolf, which currently has 3 health. We need to have a skull token to spend to initiate combat. Right now we don't have any. This card will let us get one with its gain 1 resource of your choice in the card. Or you'll see in the base action slot right here, you can spend 3 of any type of resource to get a skull. So those are 2 ways we could get skulls to get combat going for us. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start by playing Message from the Jungle Drums. It costs a wild resource, so we'll get rid of 1 of our stealth tokens. We're going to trash it right away to look at one of the top cards in our deck. And I think I want to see what is in the top of our draw pile. The reason for that is if we initiate combat this turn, which now is going to be very difficult, but, well, we could get the resource for it if you want. The number of skulls on a card in that little black top left section where the icons are, for every skull icon on a card, that's 1 extra damage you do during combat, and you always get 1 damage just for initiating combat. So let's take a peek at what's here, because if it's something with a lot of skulls, it's a Colt 45. That would, if you look, you'll see that there's those little crescents sitting next to the skull icon. So that means it costs 3 skull icons to play that card, but it also means we're going to have 3 skull icons when we do a card check to do damage during combat. So we're definitely going to be able to kill that wolf this turn if we perform a combat, initiate a combat. So we need to get a skull token. Fortunately, the second part of this card that we trashed after paying for it, we've done the first part, looking at the top card of the deck. Now we need to get a resource of our choice, and of course we're going to pick a skull. Now we've got a skull. That's the way we can initiate combat. And initiating combat, we automatically get 1 damage, and then we flip the top card of our draw deck, and we take a look in that corner there with the black icons, and for every skull we get a damage, right, as I've already talked through. So let's do that. We'll discard the skull to initiate combat against this wolf, which currently has 1, 2, 3 health, right? 1 for itself, plus 1 for every wolf in play. Oh, does this count as a wolf? Oh, it does. That's got, so 1 plus 1 for itself is 2, plus 1 for Little Devil is 3, plus 1 for the mission card for a total of 4 health. Oh, that's alright. We have 1 just for initiating combat, and 3 more on the card check. So we've done 4 damage to the wolf, and the wolf is out of play. Okay, we did all of that without even having to tap Thunder. So now that we've done that, why don't we give Thunder a little tap to help us train Little Devil. Alright, Little Devil, you are trained, my friend. That is excellent. We got our 3 training points, and that means when Devil is trained, read lore card 3. Okay. Here's lore card 3. Satan is furious, and his band of wolves is harassing the jungle. So we remove Little Devil from play. That's fine by me. We have managed to train him. And then we get Devil as an ally without paying its cost. And here is a Devil. Here's that wolf we've worked hard on training. As you can see, he's quite expensive. He costs 2 skulls plus 2 wilds just to get out onto play normally. So we're going to get that for free, which is excellent. Just putting a little bit of training work in. He does 2 extra damage, and he will cancel an attack from a non-boss enemy, which is also great for protecting us through what's going to come up next. We are going to add in some more Destiny cards to the Destiny deck. Here we go. And shuffle that up. And get rid of the easy normal card. And here's our new mission. Part 3 of the Story of Devil. If a Destiny card says play a Destiny card, instead place a wolf on the Destiny row. Put a token on this each time a Destiny card is placed in the resolve pile or an enemy is defeated. And for each token on this, all enemies have +1. Oh boy. If this card has 5 or more tokens on it, read part 4. So we need to get 5 tokens on this. However, every token gives an enemy an extra health. So when we're at 4, we're going to be giving 4 extra health to our enemies. That is a big one. I don't know if we're going to be able to overcome this, but we are going to give that a crack. However, I think we are going to stop here for now, and we'll come back at this a different day. So I hope you like what you've seen. That just plays out the first tiny bit of the Phantom the card game, which is currently being crowdfunded by Mikael Lyck. If you like what you see, take a look at what's going on over at their campaign. If you have Tabletop Simulator, I highly recommend that you try out this game. I'm having a blast with it, of course, as you can see. And I hope that you come on back next time and we'll see how we do in part 3 of the Story of Devil.